The new look Las Vegas Raiders fly to Boston to take on Ryan's New England Patriots. It's going to be a great week one matchup, and both teams have high expectations. My name's Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and today we are breaking down the Raiders versus Patriots week one matchup. Before we get into that, leave a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win and why, and hit that subscribe button to get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, this a big offseason for your New England Patriots. A lot of money was spent, a lot of
Oh
change,
yeah.
especially in the front office for you all here. Mike Vrabel coming in as a head coach just seems right, especially to it. Him getting fired by Tennessee is still kind of weird, and I think it really set things up for you all here and for him to come back. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I made a lot of big moves here, but so did the Raiders and another coach as well too. Pete Carroll's coming back, and so took a year off as well too. But both these guys. So first game back actually for both of these guys here. What are your overall thoughts, kind of on the Patriots offseason and what each team needs to do to come out victorious?
Well, I do just want to applaud both of these teams in the offseason that they had. I think you look at where they were picking and what their records were like, and you look at the teams now. And I think that that is very impressive what they were able to do in one offseason in terms of overhauling a roster. Now, with that being said, I'm obviously biased in this conversation as a Patriots fan, but I think the Patriots are the most improved team coming from this season, from last season to this season. I think you look just the overall improvement on the coaching staff, going from Gerard Mayo and Alex Van Pelt to Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels is a night and day difference. And then you go look this offensive line. While I don't expect it to be really above average, I think they improved the two tackle spots. Mike Nwenu is still a solid guard, and so I think this offensive line should be improved. You add Stephon Diggs, you go to the defensive side of the ball, you had Carlton Davis and Caleb Chase has had a really good camp. You add Milton Williams to that defensive line and Robert Spillane, former Raider as well. So I think that both of these teams have really improved this year and or this offseason. And I'm excited to see them kind of go up against each other here in week one. And I do think you look at the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to try to play well-rounded, mistake-free football. And I think you look at the Raiders, and one of the things that I am concerned about is looking at this Raiders defense. Not a lot of, especially in the secondary, not a lot of top talent on that team.
Yeah.
You look actually even at the linebacker room and at that first level, outside of Max Crosby, this defense is pretty low in terms of talent. Where offensively, I know Jacoby Myers, they're having some contract issues with him. I don't know if he will play, but that being said, Dante Thornton Jr., the rookie wide receiver from Tennessee, has looked really good. Brock Bowers is going to be a target monster over the middle of that field. And then you go look at the biggest addition this offseason for them was Ashton Genty. And how can this young offensive line that is continuing to improve really kind of step things up for Ashton Genty here in week one and allow him to be what he can be and break all the tackles that he did in college at the next level and, try to keep him as productive and clean as possible. So I think that is going to be the biggest challenge here for the Raiders. And with the Patriots, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they might have the more talented roster coming into this game. I think you look Stephon Diggs, Matt Collins. They have a respectable wide receiver room now, including Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte. Kyle Williams, the rookie, has looked decent throughout training camp. And defensively, adding Milton Williams, Christian Barmore is one of the best defensive tackle duos in the league. And Keon White has been promising. Caleb Chase, a former Raider who had 5.5 sacks for them as well. Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis is top 3 cornerback duos in the NFL. And so there's a lot of talent on this Patriots roster. There's just been a big regime change coming through. How do they look? When they are actually game planning for a team. And then the biggest question here, Geno Smith is a proven NFL starting quarterback. Can Drake May come in and do that at a play quarterback at a high level in the NFL? I think that's still one of the biggest questions on this Patriots team right now. So how these two teams stack up is very fascinating here in week one. And I'm curious as an outsider's perspective, what your thoughts are on these teams.
No, I do think that if we're looking for like more, like which team might have more star-studded players. I mean, you guys do have Christian Gonzalez. I wouldn't count Stephon Diggs as much. I mean, he's a big name, but if we're talking about that star impact, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a little bit different. But so it's really like Christian Gonzalez is the one that pops out to me. So let me know if there's anybody else that I might be missing. But then when I look at the Raiders, it's like you do have Max Crosby, you do have Brock Bowers. Ashton Genty hasn't played a game, but he could be that like star running, like maybe that next
Yeah.
star running back. That all being said, though, if I look at the holistic picture of both rosters, I do agree with you. I think the offensive line is a little more well rounded. I think than the Raiders' offensive line. I think defensively, I think there's much more well roundedness overall. I think at the secondary, to your point, too, matching up against the Raiders receivers. Like whoever's going to be on Christian Gonzalez, none of these guys are going to stack up to Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah,
Even
if he's
from
healthy, to be fair, he has a hamstring issue right now, but
fair. But and so, with that being said then too, even too if he doesn't, I mean, you guys still have, I think, a really good defense as a whole. Then being on the road here as well, I would say the new regime change isn't as big a factor because also the Raiders are also going through a regime change as well.
yeah,
I am fascinated to see what Chip Kelly's offense is going to look like. I think that's going to be very interesting. And I think we've talked about this a lot, but a consistent theme as there are coordinator changes and new offensive systems and schemes come in. This is definitely a big one. New quarterback coming to a new situation, new offensive coordinator coming into a new situation as well too. It just the philosophy might take a couple weeks for everything to start meshing together. But the same could also be said though too about the Patriots. But it seems like there is more cohesiveness there than in the Raiders. I also think too, just as well going to my prediction, I'm going to go with New England here. I just think they're just a better roster, just as a whole. So I think it's going to be an interesting game with Drake May, but I think he's going to have better weapons to throw to. I think there's going to be more consistent play by the Patriots team as a whole, and I think they're going to come out on top.
okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm not going to lie, I really don't know who to pick, so I'm just going to go with my team with the Patriots here. I have a lot of hopes for this Patriots team. And by a lot of hopes, I think they might go 500. But that's doubling or more than their wins from last season. But yeah, I just don't feel threatened by any of the wide receivers on the outside. I think they'll probably double Brock Bowers over the middle. And then from there, they'll make the proper adjustments. I think on the offensive side of the ball with Josh McDaniels. And I think they can really threaten this defense at all three levels with the weapons that they have and the lack of talent on in the secondary of this defense. So I'm going to go with the Patriots as well. I think they're just going to be the more talented team. I can't believe I'm saying that. I haven't said that in like 4 or 5 years about this Patriots team, but I think they just have more talent overall than
Mm-hmm.
the Raiders. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Las Vegas Raiders? Will it be the New England Patriots? Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.